This is a rehearsal of my talk on the November 21st meeting. The title is A New Normal Between People and the Biosphere After the Pandemic. This is the aim of our UNESCO Chair program, EBROSS. My idea is new normal between the people and the biosphere is environmental policy of post-SDGs. SDGs will have three issues. In addition to climate change and biodiversity, epidemic control that is not included in the SDGs 17 goals. A view of nature that places people within the biosphere, not outside the nature. This is becoming an international standard. And UNESCO will maintain interaction between the people, even under the war. And aiming for a risk-tolerant society, not seeking a zero risk. For example, infectious disease, human-wildlife conflict, natural disasters, and plastics. YNU's UNESCO chair, called EBROSS, aims to develop human resources who can deal with these issues and to make an international network. Thank you very much. This is very brief digest. Please, thank you very much for listening attention to this. For people who may are interested in the detail, please watch the after. Thank you very much. UNESCO Chair program is this is a network, and chairs serve as think tanks and bridge builders between academia, civil society, local communities, research, and policy making. And now UNESCO Chair has 1851. And this October, and a new UNESCO chair will be accepted by Kanazawa University. Congratulations! And now Japan has 11 plus 1 UNESCO chairs. And our UNESCO chair is EBROSS, Education in Biosphere Reserves for Sustainable Societies. The purpose of this chair shall be to promote an integrated system of research, training, and information and documentation on this one. And other institutions in Japan, and as well as elsewhere in the Asia, Pacific region, and in other regions of the world, we make a network and provide sound basis for the management of biosphere reserves and the achievement of SDGs. And the mission of our EBROSS is provide lecture videos and education materials and establish the education minor program of MAB and SDGs, and provide the ESD guidebook for teachers using biosphere reserves, and build a network to Japan Biosphere Reserve Network and partner universities, and operate an international short-term training course. And this is operation scheme. And Man and the Biosphere program is it's conservation of biodiversity and human well-being. This is the main target of MAB program ever since 1970s. But this is the same picture, a very similar picture with this Gary Larson. Yes, preservation versus conservation. This is a preservation. And what is the biosphere reserve? Is a conservation area and learning site, and conservation, development, and research and monitoring. And I said that Japan made the Japan UNESCO Biosphere Reserve Network, JBRON, like this, and this JBRON make this promotion video. This is uploaded in the UNESCO's MAB site. And MAB is compiled good practice of SDGs of all worldwide biosphere reserves. One example is this AYA in Japan. And good practice. This kind of learning network is very important in the MAB program. And we our EBROSS considers the city at the source of the Tone River. This is a connection between the biosphere reserves and urban resident. Urban resident uses this Tone River's water, tap water, and other kind of ecosystem services. We must acknowledge this biosphere reserve. And also, Lima Action Plan encourages the collaboration with the private sectors. This is an example of Aeon Environmental Foundation with Japan Biosphere Reserve Network. And biosphere reserve near cities is urban city people uses this biosphere reserve like this. This is Aya's biosphere reserve case. And also, ESD is very important in education for sustainable development. Is very important for biosphere reserves. In the most center in the Japan is this Shinshu University. And Tadam BR funded some research projects of each people, and this is including YNU people, student, and we research outcomes back to the biosphere reserves. Tadami Town is holds the annual presentations of the outcomes and publish progress report every year. And our MAB program, education minor program, consists of the core MAB and SDGs subjects and SDG related subjects and project-based learning international training course. And this is a new lecture of our program. Is from this year. Miguel Krishna got supported very much as a professor, one-year professor of our university. And this is a MAB program and SDGs and the history of UNESCO and MAB, and also student presentations is very important, and comments on and discussion on student presentations, and the good practice of SDGs, our biosphere and our future. This is a very good education material provided by UNESCO. And branding and other payment for ecosystem services and ESDs. And 3 times student presentation and discussion. One example of student presentation is this is a Maya train in the Sirancan Biosphere Reserve in this Mexico maybe, and this Maya train is some threads of this Biosphere Reserve according to this student. And also, East Asian Biosphere Reserve Network meeting was held in Mongol in this October, and a YN student presented in this meeting, and he is an undergraduate student, gave a lecture on the negative effects of the pandemic, countermeasures, and changes for the positive change. Combination of remote lectures and positive things change means a combination of remote lectures and field trips, and the consortium open to the participants not only for the prefecture and biosphere reserve, but also all over Japan. This is much easier after the pandemic. And tomorrow's field trip is Aikawa town like this. And like this. And the plan for near future is establishment of the education for minor or graduate students. Now we have established a minor program for undergraduate students, and also we will establish the minor program for graduate students and international students. Enhancement of teaching materials such as lecture videos. Now we have some part we have established. Submit the English and the revised version of the ESD guidebook using biofuel reserves. Learn about the Kanagawa Prefecture's water resources tax together, and networking with the national institutions and advice for periodic reports and so on. Thank you very much.